Hey guys, what's up? It's Finch here. We're back, but with a bit of a different type of content here. This is going to be my game for the Avatarless Premier League. Sorry, the Draft Premier League. My bad. A little confusion there. The custom avatars for our teams don't seem to be loading on my computer. No big deal, though. We got some draft content for the first time in a number of months. And apparently I got the joke, so y'all better stay tuned. But what's poppin', everyone? It's Finch. We got Draft Premier League Week 1. This tournament's a pretty big deal to me right now. It's one of the main tournaments I care about, which is kind of surprising because my motivation been a little low lately, but I'm getting back in it. You know, we're throwing some punches, we're throwing some jabs, trying to win some games, get some momentum, get the steam, going. Anyway, my team here is the Mystic Kings. My guy John W drafted me. I got a ton of my friends on my team. My guy Jake, been buds with since I got in the draft. 100p. A little bit of a troubled individual, but he's a good player, real good player for sure. No, I vibe with that dude. He's a really smart player, truth be told. A bunch of other guys as well. We got this guy Cavs who's been goading it up in the chat. All the prep in the world. I don't want to spell too much behind the scenes shit. I mean, I don't even think I told my team I was going to upload my games, quite frankly. I don't want to reveal too much of my thought process and make it easier on my next opponents. But shout out to everyone on the Mystic Kings. We had a great week 1. Really excited about our team. We got a bunch of the draft goats in that chat too, so it's pretty great. Anyway, enough introduction. Week 1, I'm against Pyronox, Pyronox, and this guy goated it up last year. I heard he went 5-1 or 6-1, and I can tell from replays, this man plays real nice. He's relatively misplay free, and I don't think he's the flashy guy. He's not gonna make the triple switches make your head go what the hell, but man knows what he's doing, and he's got threats on deck. He's got some Pokemon I don't love switching into. He's got Hydreigon, so I already had to bring my Clefairy. I'm on the back foot. I'm bringing Clefairy. I'm scared right now. Man's got Lycanroc Dusk, which basically eviscerates every single Pokemon on my roster. So, Celesteela, the versatility god, and Delmise, which I don't got no switch-ins to. So, man has the threats on deck. Thankfully, I'm pretty well prepared for Tapu Koko, or at least I felt like it was with some sets I chose. Overall, though, I'm not going to reveal a ton about my prep. I might go to that after the tournament. Maybe we'll do a specific prep video. I don't know if you guys like that. Let me know in the comments down below. We'll have to see. I don't know if I'm going to go through every week's game either. I got to see how the views do. So, if you want to see this content on my channel every week, hey, I got to keep winning. No, I'm kidding. I'll upload losses any day of the week. I'll admit it. I lose sometimes. That's how it is. But if y'all want to see these, like, comment, subscribe. Have your friends view these videos. The views do matter. I'll be the first to admit it. I care a lot how these videos are perceived. Definitely something I've been conscious of in the past. So yeah, let's see how these go. But anyway, so going into this matchup, these are the 6 I decided. I left back Silvally, and I don't remember the last Pokemon. I really didn't consider it, so there's that. I really didn't need Silvally too much this matchup, and I needed Clef a lot. Provided some utility, checking Hydreigon and whatnot was pretty cool. But yeah, some things I really liked about this matchup was Scarf Kartana late game. Pretty much cleaned him out. There are some issues with locking the right move, but if you're able to get a knockoff or some chip onto Celesteela, then it really doesn't matter. Things like Smart Strike, because Pert's always going early in the game, for example. You can clean him up once that Celesteela gets a blow half, you get rocks up, stuff like that. And it's really just a matter of chipping Celesteela and finding the right openings. Things like you kind of got to force chip onto Pert and force pressure on the Delmise, because those Pokemon can really pick you apart. Pert between rocks and flip turning out to things like Lycanroc and Delmise. Coupled with the fact that if it stays left, it resists to everything that's not Leaf Blade. It's going to take Sacred Swords easy, so yeah, I'm unironically, Pert being healthy late game is actually one of the ways I don't sweep with my Grass type. I know it's crazy, but that's how it be sometimes. Yeah, I was a cool set on Slowking Galar, and I'm really big on Trick in draft settings. People have went out of their way to say this in chats, which is kind of funny. People are already noticing my style in draft. I respect that. I'm definitely a big Spogon guy, so item displacement is huge. Knockoff, I Trick plus Black Sludge on my Slowking Galar. Felt pretty slick with that. Hope I could catch Celesteela, catch Hydreigon, catch the Swampert, whatever it be. But yeah, no, it had some nice applications. Rotom Wash was an amazing game full of Pokemon, able to force either momentum or a Will-O-Wisp status there, while also basically avoiding one-shots from everything besides Power Whip from Delmise, which you can be quicker than Burn. All in all, Rotom Wash's utility in this game was monumental, also providing a potential check to non-grass move Celesteela sets. Tornadus T is just one of the best draft Pokemon, one of the draft goats in my eyes. easily the #1 Pokemon in my personal usage in the format. I've used it a ton. I'm obviously like a little biased. People love Koko, people love Mew, people love Celesteela, people love Necrozma. I get it. Those Pokemon are all phenomenal. But Tornadus T with Regenerator, man, that shit don't die. And you could like EV it to avoid one-shots. Like, I'm not dying to anything from like a non-boosted Koko. I'm never dying to a Choice Specs Hydreigon here. Like, I'm tanking moves from the Celesteela and Dumbass, and there's always a move you can use to cripple something. It'd be a knockoff to like displace their item, be it toxic to force status, be it I had a cool attack move actually I'm not gonna reveal here. Be it U-turn just to gain momentum. Like Tornadus T is just the GOAT. Like you can't punish Regenerator really. Unless you got slick them like neutralizing gas or you could just one shot it. If you can do that, then hey, all the power to you. I got Crook, one of the GOATs, just a fire Pokemon. You got the nice Ghost Resist, Archetype, Intimidate's always practical. You can kind of play with the set. I think I ran Choppleberry here for close combat for Lycanroc. I don't remember the EV spread. I don't care about going into specifics anyway. Then last but not least, I had a Utility Clefairy, just for Hydreigon. Really, not trying to reveal too much, but my thought process of prep. Just want to give you guys the game and some context. There's the context. My guy Paranox, I knew it was possible he'd bring Delmise. He had a couple other fearsome Pokemon in the back as well. He actually a pretty well-rounded team. So that was interesting. But Delmise was definitely the most threatening last mon that I could possibly face. So that was pretty cool. There's a lot of utility on Poltergeist, mad threatening. Anchor Shot trap shit. It's pretty dope. Yeah, I just had to be cognizant of that prospecting going in forward into the gameplay. I figured that Swords Dance, Lycanroc, and Celesteela were two prospective win conditions, but I kind of felt like I pigeonholed Celesteela into a more defensive footing due to the fact that I had offensive threats like Kartana, and Tornadus T, and even Crocodile as well. Swampert felt like it was a Pokemon that was always being used kind of expandably early on in the game. Get some pivoting into the more threatening Pokemon, get rocks up, so I knew right off the bat if I could like force a knockoff or a Will-O-Wisp or some real significant chip into that'd be phenomenal, so it's not hanging around later on in the game. So I didn't really mind, like, if I have to lock into a non-grass move with Kartana, again, no big deal. If I have to like use Slowking religiously and I don't have Grass Knot on it, that's no big deal. Hydreigon could really do anything. I figured Mix was possible. I didn't think it'd run a choice set because locking into moves against Tornadus plus Clef seems hard. One can regen out, one can like soak up your stab, so it's pretty rough. And then Koko kind of just, I figured it'd run a Mix set to hit AV Glowking because I'm a Smogon dude, so that's all I know. But nah, I got the text, and man saw through it. He ran, I think he ran a special set. Either way though, it's a really great pivot, not a great like offensive Pokemon. So yeah, good Revenge Card for Torn for sure. Anyway, y'all know how it is. Let's get into the game. Man, I woke up at 6 a.m. to play this right before my flight on Friday. Actually, it's why I haven't been uploading ton lately. I briefed on that in my last video. I kind of gave you guys a story of that. So you guys want to figure out what's going on with my channel, just check out my last video live. I'm not going to go into like super big detail here. Let's just get on into the game. Alright, let's go. Yeah, so right off the bat, I think the plan... Oh, whoa. I ain't playing no music. Nah. We don't need no music. This battle already got background music. We don't need no music. My bad. I don't need no cries either. Anyway, let's get into this. He leads Koko. I lead Rotom-Wash. I was kind of surprised by that. I thought he'd lead Pert or Hydreigon almost always. U-turn Hydreigon was the main thing I was expecting for Hydreigon. Otherwise, Pert just click Rocks turn 1. Pretty freaks. I don't think I'm ever leading with Kartana because it can get really blown up by the wrong Celesteela set. And Celesteela can do so many things. I really wanted to believe that was good against that. And can also punish Pert. So Rotom-Wash felt like the obvious lead no matter what he brought. And I'm just always clicking Wisp turn 1, and that's basically what happens. He clicks Gleam. Prep a little overzealous on the turn 1 there, predicting the Crocodile. I'm not sure why he went for that in all honesty, but I got a Wisp off, so it was really helpful there. And then you Volt Switch, I'm like, okay, nice chip there. I think I just go for the Pan Split here. Yeah, I'm like, okay, so now not only did I get the Wisp on the Koko, but I get the Wisp on the Pert, which I initially planned for anyway, so that's great. But then I miss it. I'm like, oh, damn, that is not the best turn there, but that's fine. I could still kind of end up where I expected to be anyway, but nah, then I missed the second one, see flip turn. So at least no Toxic, but flip is not something I really wanted to see. He goes Koko. I'm like, okay, I mean, if you're just going to give me a lot of chip here, why not? He goes Volt Switch here. He goes right back to Pert, and I'm like, okay, sure. Hydro Pump, and that's like a lot of chip on it already, and like he hasn't done anything. So I feel like he's kind of on his back foot, scared of the Wisp, hitting one of the Hydreigon, maybe that indicating it'd be Mixed or Delmise. Then I missed the third one. I'm like, okay, this little bit annoying. So here I go Tornadus, figuring he's gonna predict the Clef, and he actually just goes Dark Pulse. I'm like, okay, that's no big deal. He goes Koko here, and that's actually really chill with me. I get a U-turn predicting that. I regen off basically all the Dark Pulse damage. I get my man Slowking in. I'm like, okay, it's finally time to trick that Black Sludge. He doesn't even see it coming maybe. Volt Switch only does 24, and he goes Delmise. I'm like, okay, cool. But then I acquire a Choice Band. So I'm like, okay, not great. And to make matters worse, I go Tornadus here, and he poltergeists, which still does 75%. My, oh my, that's one strong boy. He goes like rock here. I U-turn out. I'm like, okay, that's actually really cool. I could bring in Crook. I could get rocks of my own. He's not going to stand and risk me being Scarf or anything like that. He goes Pert. That's fine with me. I get the rocks up. That's really helpful there, in all honesty. Now here, I go Kartana, figuring he's not going to be Scald or like any special attack. He just slip turns. And Kartana's kind of like a catch-all. It forces the Celesteela in, and that's fine with me because I got the Rotom Wash there. But I actually go Slowking Galar, figuring he might lead, so you don't want to take more chip on it. And he does go for that. That's fine, because I could actually get a trick off here if I really wanted to. But I double Crocodile instead, predicting the Delmice coming on a trick. And he goes for Protect, which is like kind of like the other end of it, and that's fine with me, because now not only do I bait another Protect Scouting for the knockoff to see what I'm going to do, but now that he's -1 attack, and he's not very likely to click something like, say, Heavy Slam into Crocodile. I figured if he had Giga he'd click it. In fact, I knew for a fact I was going to get a free Regenerator there, either on Protect, or a Switch, or a Grass move, as I just alluded to. So I bring Tornadus to you there. I negate off that Poltergeist damage, which was a little overwhelming for me initially in my pivoting game. And now I also still threaten knockoff against Celesteela there. So I get a free 33%, coupled with the fact that I was kind of able to scout out the pace he was playing. It felt like he got really conservative after getting the Poltergeist damage plus the trick there. So I think he got a lead, and then he backfooted a little bit, and that was really good for me. So now I get a free U-turn. He's not scared on knock, which is interesting to me. Now I go Rotom Wash, figuring he might not have that Grass move, and he goes Heavy Slam. So I'm just kind of making really nice plays here. At this point, he goes Coco. I can't remember if I predicted. Yeah, I did predict. I predicted him to go Coco or Pert. I get the Hydro Pump off. Pert would have been too good by Hydro there. So yeah, that was really great by me. And now here, I don't want to risk like taking too much damage, so I just go back to Slowking here, figuring if he roosts, he roosts. And he does roost. So I could have Hydroed there, but if I missed, it kind of would have been all for naught. And now he's forced to click that Volt Switch there. He goes Pert, and I think do I trick it here? No, I just Scald, which is a pretty weak play in all honesty. No burn, but it didn't really matter. I go to CK figuring, okay, maybe he U-turns, worst case flip turn, it does less than 33, yeah. And he gets Coco back, so he's clawing back in, and I know he's boots Coco, which is interesting. I go looking here, and I'm like, hoping he roosts again. He vaults, so he's retaining that momentum, really good on his end, and now he goes Dumb-Eyes. I'm like, okay, big, bad Dumb-Eyes, but it is taking Black Sludge, which is kind of dope for me. But I go Torn here, and he is Switcheroo, which is super amazing. Amazing plays by my guy Pyro. Now I'm taking rocks every time. Big problem for my Torn. All of a sudden, that Regenerator pivot I got in before, not so hot there. And, I mean, I'm taking Black Sludge every time, too, which isn't great. So I'm basically just reduced to being pivot now. So it's pretty tough. So not only did he give a band to my Glowking, but now he also punished that by giving a Black Sludge to my Torn and getting boots on his Delmice, which is actually pretty clutch. So I don't like this position at all. All of a sudden, I feel kind of behind again. So I'm like, maybe he's going to go conservative. So let me try and make some plays here. He goes Pert as I U-turn. Again, I'm trying to claim that momentum here. I can get Card in, and this is actually really dope because Knockoff is mad spam ball at this point. I'm adamant, so I even have a chance to kill that with the Pert as well. But he gives me the Celesteela, and I think this was like his big mistake of the game, giving me Celesteela's item. I think he should have always there just foddered off the Pert. Or even if he was like scared of me, like for some reason being like Swords Dance timid. Nah, because like you just flip turn there. Yeah, I really don't think there's any way of doing that, because you could just always go Celesteela after Pert dies, and then like if you get knocked off, you kill me in return with Flamethrower. Presumably he has it, so I don't know. But free knockoff there means that he's at 57, and it rocks her up, so it's amazing for me. No leftovers, it's huge. Now I go Rotom here. I'm thinking he's probably gonna Leech Seed. He does Leech Seed, predicting that, so it's a good play on his end. But again, I have my ways around this for sure. What I do here is I go Slowking Galar, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. He protects there, so I can force a trick and give something to band there. He goes Dumb-Eyes. I do trick it back to the band, which isn't great because now I have to predict around it. But also, my Crocodile is sort of expandable at this point. I feel like I'm in a position where I don't need to lose to I'm okay not losing to Lightning Rock. I can always force a kill with Kartana after it gets a kill against me. So if I mispredict here and he goes for Power Whip and kills my Crocodile, then so be it. But I don't think he's gonna Power Whip into the Galarian Slowking with the potential for Kartana or Tornadus T come in, especially with Tornadus T being more expandable than ever, losing boots for Black Sludge. So I go Crocodile, reading the Poltergeist, and I believe I got this one correct. Yeah, he goes Poltergeist. It still does a decent chunk, does 28 despite being -1. Band is pretty strong. Now he fires off the Pert, which is actually like really good for me. I close combated there, predicting the Hydreigon, but it didn't really matter too much. I get the kill there. Now he goes Coco. I'm like, okay, no big deal. I don't see a reason to risk this. I'm just gonna go Galarian Slowking. He goes U-turn, so he's U-turn plus Volt Switch. It's pretty cool. Brings his Dumb-Eyes in. I'm like, okay, kind of same position before. And again, I go Crocodile here, trying to leverage that. And on -1, I dodge a Poltergeist, which kind of makes up for missing the Wisps before, I suppose. Definitely helped me there. Now he goes Coco on the knockoff, though. Great call on his end. It's really low now, so with boots knocked off, also he's kind of forced to roost if he wants to live. So now he's dying to rocks plus poisons. This is really cool. Now he goes back to dumb eyes. I'm like, okay, again, at this point, I'm feeling like Crocodile is also super expendable. So what I do here is I go back to it. He goes Poltergeist again. I think he kind of had to call one of these, quite frankly, an Anchor Shot or Power Whip, but I'll take what I can get. Now he goes Coco, throws that out. So he's bleeding out Pokemon. I feel pretty far ahead at this point. I'm up 6-4. Now he's going to go to Hydreigon. I think I actually preserve this here. I go Clefairy thinking, okay, what's worst that can happen? He flash cannons, and the answer is 35%. No big deal there. He goes Celesteela here, and I'm Moonlight. I'm actually Moonlight plus Teleport. Now, here I predict Leech Seed, and I Teleport. Maybe a bit of an overzealous play, but I didn't want to let him get healthier. I felt like suffocating him there was fine. I can never lose to Hydreigon with the options I have that are quicker than it and the pressure I have, so it's fine. And with his Electric Community Dead, this is like a super free Volt Switch into getting a kill with Kartana or getting killed with Crocodile or whatever it may be. So yeah, that's fine. He actually ended up going Celesteela. So what I do here is I go back to Clefairy on the Leech Seed. And now here, I think I disconnected for a second. Yeah, disconnect for a second. I had to turn the Wi-Fi hotspot on my phone in the middle of the game. Like, shit, connect. I cannot lose this game to timeout. It's like 6:10 in the morning. I woke up to play this man who's across the world. And for the record, I counted him at that time because I was gone on vacation for the weekend. It's like not his fault. Like we both scheduled totally fair in my opinion. So I just had to at that time. But anyway, I go back and like, okay, he's obviously going to try and kill me there. He's not going to Leech Seed into nothingness. He Heavy Slams. I actually get Rotom in. And after Leftovers, I even live Rocks, which is pretty dope. And now here I can get Volt Switch here. Kill that. So yeah, Celesteela's down. And now Kartana looks mad good here. Hydreigon, he comes in and almost screams Chapel Berry. So what I do there is I go Clef. He Dark Pulses, gets the kill there. That's fine. And now this means that I can go Tornadus and I could like kind of force a knockoff into it, which is amazing. And that loses the Chapel Berry. Now if he's Roost, that is a little annoying because he could actually live Sacred Sword. So what I do here is I'm just going to U-turn here, try and see what I can do damage-wise. I'm going to go Rotom Wash. And this is actually kind of fine because what I do here is in the Roost, I can die. But so long as he doesn't flinch the Galarian Slowking, which is always going to live, even has a good chance of living a crit Dark Pulse, I'll always put him in Sacred Sword range. But he Nasty Plots. He doesn't even go for the flinch, which in my opinion was a pretty big misplay. Well, I don't get a poison. I just can spam Sludge Bomb. Yeah, and now it's now I just go for Sacred Sword here. And even if he predicts me and goes Dumb Eyes, there's no way he can sustain a victory. I can just yeah, he goes Dumb Eyes there. So what I do at this point is I Sacred Sword. But yeah, like what I do here is I always go Crocodile. Let's say he doubles predicting Tornado C so he could roost off and stay healthy with his Crocodile, with his Hydreigon, and then stay out of Sacred Sword range. That doesn't matter if I go Crocodile. Crocodile is close combat, so let's say he gets the double right. He has to kill the Crocodile or close combat's going to kill him or put him in range. So I'm always fine there. Let's say he predicts me to switch and he kills me with Dumb Eyes. Then I go into Kartana, I click Smart Trick, and it cleans him out, barring his Scarf Lycanroc, which there's no way he's Scarf Lycanroc. I mean, he would have played very differently if he was. So that was kind of like a 100% checkmate mode. Like, yeah, I'm going to be risking foddering Pokemon. It doesn't matter. I'm always winning the game with the Smart Strike at that point. He goes Shadow Claw, which, yeah, good play. But ultimately, Kartana Smart Strike kills this. Plus one Smart Strike is always going to kill the Hydreigon from the 50 some odd percent it was. And that's going to be game. So I'm going to win 2-0 in my first ever Draft Premier League game against a really good opponent, Pyronox. Thanks so much for playing me, man. It was a pleasure. You're an absolute beast. I'm excited for your future games. And let's go, Mr. King. Shout out to my guys for picking me and trusting me. Excited for my next big game against Blue. I'll try and bring that to you guys. But again, I'm only going to bring it to you guys if you all support me. Like, comment, subscribe. You all know the drill. Have a great day. Peace out. Talk soon. All right, later.